it's your boy MK, aka Bonnet Boy in the building. Now look, simulating an ant colony for 1,000 days. I want to know what can an ant colony do in 1,000 days? Will it be more sophisticated, sufficient than the human race? That's what I want to find out. All I ask you guys to do is to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll give you a moment to do that. Bet. And I ain't gonna hold you guys no longer. Let's go ahead and get right into the video, man.
She has the next 1,000 days to create an empire. But a rival colony is watching their every move, and if she fails, they will wage a war, destroy her home, and take over mine.
Show me something.
Depends on her. So over the first few days, she creates a nest, and if we look underground, her first generation is underway.
Okay.
But in the world above, they will have to face competition and rival colonies. Their journey has only just begun. She will never leave the safety of her nest, so she creates workers to serve and protect her. But the enemy has already arrived. A wild ant on the hunt for new territory. This wild colony lives on my windowsill. Oh my god. The workers act quickly. They are beginning to build a wall. They will stop at nothing to protect.
It's just crazy, like, does she have to eat to lay all these eggs? There's nothing talking about food. Like is she eating during this time? And they're like, how do they already know what to do from birth off rip? Like, this is amazing.
Protect their queen, and pretty soon their entrance is sealed. But war is coming, and if they want to survive, they will need an army, and for that, they need food.
Okay, here we go.
They specialize in collecting seeds. Their job is to transport them underground, where they store them in a bakery. Here, they ground and crush the seeds into bread, ant bread. It is the perfect food for their growing larvae, and 70 days later, the results are clear. There was a population boom, all powered by their tiny bakery. But the new workers are weak and clumsy. They need sugars like honey. Yet the honey stayed untouched for days until it was discovered by a wild ant. Thankfully, she's alone. Or so I thought. They launched an attack. This is nothing compared to the war, yet the colony is overrun.
Shit.
But I tried to save as many of our ants as...
Man, why they ain't just taste the honey? Can't they smell it? Isn't it supposed to smell sweet? The sugars and shit?
I could.
Black ants doing y'all in, boy.
But it was already too late.
What?
The damage had already been done. I spent hours removing the enemy, one by one by one. Most of the colony did not survive. And those that did are badly injured. But ants are one of the few animals that respect their dead, so the remaining few build a graveyard.
Wow.
It is almost unbelievable. They may have lost the battle, but will they win the war? The colony is weaker than ever, but they still need honey to survive. Last time, it caused a disaster. This time, they act with caution and begin to feed. You can even see their tongue as they drink up the honey.
Crazy.
But then something remarkable happens. They are covering the honey in dirt and debris. It is genius. They are hiding it from the wild colony. Protecting the honey means protecting their queen. She is the only one in the nest who can lay eggs. If she dies, the rest of the colony is doomed. But with her survival, the colony thrives.
Day 360. Hold on. Day 420.
By day
Now.
600, the colony had become a fortress. But it is time to put their defenses to the test. Here are 100 fruit flies. They are
Fruit
small,
flies, okay.
annoying, and a lot like my mother-in-law. They scatter. The ants begin to panic, while many of the flies stand still. If they don't move, then they may remain unseen. But this one makes a run for it. And so does that one, and that one, and that one. But this one was not as lucky.
Oh, shit.
He is the first kill of many.
Crunching that nigga.
Even though they caught most of the flies, a few managed to escape. But the escaped flies were not as safe as they thought. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. The wild colony. Their numbers have grown so large, they've spread far beyond my windowsill and overtaken my animal room. My pets aren't a fan of their new roommate. It seems our colony is not as prepared as I thought. So over the next year, our colony became an empire.
Oh, shit.
But the wild colony acted in parallel. Both of them are fully preparing for war. But this one escaped into my kitchen. I didn't know why until...
Oh, yeah. You gotta die. I'm sorry. Usually I don't advocate killing no, you know what I'm saying, living creature and things of that nature, but you gotta go. You near the food, you gotta go. I need to establish dominance right here. I'm sorry. Cause then you go touch the food thinking you can. Nah, you can't see that. That's something you, as soon as you lay your eyes on it, you have to die, perish, hail.
Till I returned, there was an all-out war. And the enemy had already made their way underground. They have to save the queen, so she is brought to the deepest part of the colony.
Oh hell no. Wasp tried
The
to.
rest of the nest had been abandoned, and the
Wasp almost
remaining
got in the room. I thought I.
swarmed the queen.
What?
But a worker was left behind, fighting.
I know. I just, like I said, I usually advocate for not killing wildlife, but once you get in my room, 9 times out of 10 I let the wasps out, but that one was gonna die. That one was gonna perish. Hell.
To break free. But the enemy wanted more. The larvae. One by one, they begin to die.
So black ants is just too OP.
The queen began alone to create an empire. But would they let it fall? To save their queen, our colony turns not to flee, but to fight. They begin to rally to their queen. Even my pets.
See, look at
join the
that.
fight.
See, the wolf's tapping all against my window and it was just open. Ha ha. Bitch ass nigga. They got a blue polka dotted frog.
They breached the surface and the enemy was on the run. They were winning and pretty soon they had won. The wild colony was never to be seen again. Check out this video for more.
Testing a hamster's survival skills. I might just gotta watch that next. Cause don't hamsters die? A long time ago, one of my cousins had a hamster. And I go back over to their house one day and I said, "Where's the hamster? It's not in the hamster cage." She goes and says, "I don't know." A week later she told me it was dead in the corner of her bed. If you guys enjoyed that video and that little story, I just want you guys to like, comment, subscribe. The original video will be the first link in the description box below. And until next time, OgMk in the building. I'm out, man.